And as the gentlemen take their seat and we move on to our next session, which is a very interesting session on how the aviation industry can truly become a game changer. We have a team from NIIT Technologies joining us on stage. I'd like to request Mr. Arvind Mehrotra, President, Infrastructure Management Services, NIIT Technologies, to please join us. Let's put our hands together as he takes us through a very interesting case study presentation on game changer in the aviation industry.
So I may just invite Mr. Prakash from Airport Authority to join me on the stage, Gautam from SITA to join us on the stage, and LV, my colleague from NIIT, to join us on the stage. I think beginning of the presentation, may I take on Amber, the point that he talked about on power and point, because this is a PowerPoint presentation. I think the current government, and I think the civil aviation, is seized with execution, not just about power, who has the power and who has the point. I think too many years have been spent about people scoring points and people sticking to power. So Amber, I think we need to talk about execution, and I think what we will talk and what we will showcase is the execution that the civil aviation has done, and which is game changing, not only from an Indian perspective, but from a global perspective. I have a panel. I'm not going to do the talking, but be just the Sutradhar and keep watching the score and keep you informed on the score. But I'm sure you're all stuck. I have Mr. Prakash, ED-IT from Airport Authority of India, who will talk us through the business challenges that the Airport Authority had and how they looked forward from a solution from the industry. I have a colleague from SITA, who will talk about how they partner, how we work with them, and the power of the solution that they brought on the table. And LV, the game changer, who was responsible for executing of this program. So let me just, I have to earn my salary, so just talk about a little bit about NIIT. Next slide, please. So essentially, don't have a remote here, but you have a remote. So just one comment. NIIT Group has been, was born in 1981. NIIT Technologies was born in 2004. We largely focus on the aviation industry. A large part of our revenues come from there. We work with airlines, we work with airports, we work with logistics companies, and we work with in the aviation, the people who influence the aviation industry through technology and automation. We work with them, which is our key technology partners, and some of them, one is SITA, the other is Sabre. We work with Qatar, we work with Singapore Airlines Group, where we leverage their IP in the marketplace. Just to talk about game changing, and NIIT Technologies has been involved in many initiatives of game changing, and cargo was one of the topics that we heard in the what the minister emphasized and what the last panel talked about. And they talked about Hong Kong being the largest cargo hub, and NIIT has been involved in bringing the largest volumes of cargo, because we run 2/3 of the capacity in Hong Kong through the solutions that we have deployed, both for Cathay Pacific Group and as well as for the SATS group there. And some of you who use an iPhone 6 would have seen that the iPhone 6 moved very quickly, and Apple got $85 billion of sale in the last quarter. The reason of that was Cathay Pacific is a partner of Apple and was moving these goods very fast. And one of the challenges that Apple had was, can we turn around the 12-hour cycle time of the freighter loading to a smaller time, to 5 to 6 hours, so that we can get our goods when our stores open up in the Western market And that is what the solution delivered. So it cut down the cycle time for movement of the goods, and suddenly Cathay Pacific's volumes and revenue from cargo became very significant. The second is another APAC airliner who was looking at consolidation of the brand and take on one of their big competition in the marketplace, and they had distributed GDSs that they were working on Amadeus and Navitaire, and they looked at NIT to help them to move to Sabre, and we were not only able to do that movement, which is a very high risk movement, but a lot of their branding activities was around that, and we were able to ensure that they were able to move to a single brand, a single value proposition, and the IT solution powered that big change. Lastly, at the Airport Authority, very happy to announce that of the 10 airports that were given to us to leverage the to increase the operational efficiency of the airport, bring in collaboration within all stakeholders, we were awarded this contract, and at this point in time, not taking the thunder away from my esteemed panel which is sitting here, I'd like to invite Mr. Prakash to talk us through of what this challenge was and how did we proceed. Mr. Prakash.
A very warm good afternoon to all of you. Can I wait for another Australian wicket to fall, or should I go ahead with my small presentation? I am a very faithful lover of aviation. I began my career in 1978, and this is my 37th year as a student of aviation. So I've traversed all the facets except MRO or running airlines. Broadly, the concept of Airport Operation Control Center evolved with the increase of passenger movements and the traffic. It's just like limited resources, how to efficiently allocate it to meet the purpose. Imagine your old days, you go to the airport, slowly the counter will open, then he will give a call to the security fellow, he will come to the security area. We could afford those moments because less flights, perhaps money dictated time. Today, operations anywhere, time dictates money. So time is of prime essence. So with that sort of scenario, how to make the operations at the airport, because it's not the airport authority that's the total entity to do the operations. There will be airlines, there will be ground handlers, there will be security agencies. So all make the process happen. A single minute loss costs money. So what is really needed at the airport, that everything flows pre-planned. The efficiency comes there. And so how this can happen when you have the advanced information of the movement, and each stakeholder is then bootstrapped to know what is his plans and what time the resource he has put to use. So for example, now many times you must have experienced the aircraft has come to the parking bay and it takes 5-10 minutes for the boarding or deboarding gate to hook up to the aircraft. Sometimes, similarly, the security fellow still waiting somewhere. But now all the agencies with this concept, and they will be really maximizing. So it's a stakeholders combined effort to generate collaborative decision making. And so this will definitely need the vital inputs. And what is the main vital input to this operation center is the precise information of aircraft movement. So that comes from air traffic management domain. So the very first input to it goes from air traffic movement, and it precisely tells when the aircraft is going to touch down. Now that is, you know in advance, because I have been in the field of air traffic management also. IT is my additional charge. We know the moment aircraft gets airborne, the destination airport is alerted there and there. Not for the purpose of this, because we monitor the aircraft. At any point in the air, for 4 or 5 minutes, we don't hear any information, we don't get the data from aircraft, we have to start search and rescue. So that's the facet that we get the aircraft movement information. And there is a central command room where all stakeholders are sitting. Now when this input comes, everybody follows the sequence and knows when to deploy their resources to the total process. Passenger gets hassle-free boarding, on-time departure, and no delay in arrival. Even the baggage conveyor belt information is also passed on. So everybody knows where to move without wasting time and complete the process. So with this idea, the 10 airports were chosen, and 9 we have successfully completed through NIT, Srita also, all as a team. Hopefully by end of this fiscal year, the 10th one will be also operational. This 10 only, so I would like to just move ahead of it. Ultimately, what is going to be the scene? It is just controlling operations at the airport. And who generate the operations at the airport? It is basically the air traffic flow management in the sky. So parallelly also, we are on the project, we are implementing air traffic flow management where all other stakeholders like defense and all, so how we are going to manage the total airspace which will generate the task at respective airports. So we are going to hook up all these AOCCs to them, so that even all stakeholders, even at the point of departure, would know where the boarding gates would be available or not, whether the airport can take so many aircraft, because it really becomes a torturous scene in case of unscheduled diversions. And when unscheduled diversion takes place, passenger gets the worst sort of experience, because I was airport director Lucknow and Hajj flights were operating, and that was a winter night. I had to handle 8 diversions because Delhi weather was bad. Personally, I was calling the airlines people to come and attend to the passengers. Many passengers in that winter night for 2-3 hours were in the aircraft waiting for customs, immigration, because it was international flight. So all these hassles are going to be checked, more efficient operation is going to take, and really it will be a delight to the passengers. And not only that, with the centralized system, the cost of operations will also go down. Nobody has to have an individual complete system. It's a shared system, gives efficiency. Operating cost goes low, the business becomes more flourishing. So thank you very much. I will be open for questions as the company will schedule. Even apart from AOCC, I am on for any other question which you have to AI. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Prakash. Thank you, Mr. Prakash. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's an honor for us to come and present this particular project in front of this August gathering, and we are extremely pleased to work with NIT in this particular project, which is really transform Indian aviation. and it is going to touch each and every flyer's life. Just to begin this particular presentation, I would request all of you to take a step back and see what are the global airport IT trends. If we see this particular project, which today we are presenting, was conceptualized around 2 years back, that we want to have a multi-airport AOCC. AOCC is now becoming absolutely a need of the hour for every airport. So Bombay, Delhi, Bangalore, every airport has got an AOCC, but they are standalone. But if we look at this particular project, this is a common AOCC which is going to have data exchange among 10 airports. So the global IT trend shows that IT budget, this is very encouraging for all of us who are in airport IT and aviation IT. There will be definitely budgets for new systems introduction. Passengers are striving for seamless journey. They want to take control of their journey using the smartphones, using tablets. They want, from the starting of their planning their booking to reaching the airport, they want to control everything. They want to be informed about the baggage, what is happening to their baggage, if the baggage is lost or it is in transit, where is my baggage. And another thing, which is definitely becoming now the talk of the day, that is BI, or the business intelligence. There are different initiatives which are coming. iBeacon is the new buzzword for the industry, where in an airport environment, everybody will be collaborating using hotspots and Wi-Fi. So the time is really now. So what are the three defining technology which is going to impact all of the flyers in the sky? One is definitely mobility. Mobility is going to touch both airlines, ground handlers, MROs, airport operators, definitely. But if it is on a common platform, you can derive the desired results. Then self-service. Indian Ministry of Civil Aviation is also taking a lot of interest in introduction of self-service, so that not only the kiosk which are there to get your boarding card, you can control your entire journey using the baggage, self-service bag drop, self-service boarding gates. Everything is now merging towards self-service, so that there is some cost optimization from the airline side as well. The third aspect is collaborative tools. So unless and until we have the collaborative tools in place, these common systems cannot work. They cannot work on silos. So in this direction, definitely AI has worked last 4-5 years, and in terms of upgrading the airports, getting new terminals, upgrading the brownfield airports with different systems. So at this point of time, 38 of AI airports have got common check-in systems. So wherever you fly in 38 airports, you can have the same type of check-in environment. So that is a big positive for the airlines and the airport operator as well. There are other IT initiatives which are actually trying to address. There are 4-5 major challenges. One is definitely throughput enhancement. You have got new airlines, but you cannot expand the terminal overnight. It takes some time, it takes some planning. So using IT, leveraging IT, exploiting IT, how we can improve the throughput in the airport, how we can do better stakeholder management, how we can bring agility in our system, and definitely optimizing the existing infrastructure. On top of that, definitely now airports are looking at exploiting IT, using IT to generate some revenue. So all our initiatives, whatever AI and its service providers are taking, to either going for cost optimization or generating revenue, so that revenue can be plowed back and introduce new systems in the airports. So CETA and AI, we are working in our engagement with AI is multifaceted. We are working with them on the ANS side. Fans we are running fans with AI. We are running QCUS. BRS is under implementation. And going forward, we will be definitely engaged with AI to take self-service initiative to its ultimate end. Stakeholder management. On behalf of AI, we are managing the airlines relationship for passenger processing platform. Commercial aspect, there are various type of projects which are going on. One is definitely, concession type of contract, or this particular AOCC project which is under boot model. Other projects which are there in the pipeline or at the bidding stage are also a combination of various commercial models. So AI has taken a conscious decision that they will implement IT and improve the airport operations. If I look at the SITA's intelligent airport portfolio, we have got the vision of bringing solutions which will touch every aspect of airport operations. So our portfolio we have divided under 3 broad layers. At the bottom of it is the infrastructure layer. Unless and until you have got the infrastructure in place, you cannot have other systems. So on top of that, we are putting this operational efficiency layer. So this particular topic, or AOCC, is sitting at the middle layer. So once we have these 2 layers in place and efficiently working, we can then start adding the business intelligence layer. So it is very, very important, and it is very, very critical for AI, its stakeholders, us, the IT providers, to have an efficient AOCC. Can I have the video, please?
Airport management solution, pulling together, achieving together. Air traffic volumes are set to double within 15 years. By 2050, they will have increased 6-fold. More people, taking more journeys, creating more complexity. The conclusion is inescapable. Airports must change, not just to keep pace, but to thrive as businesses. SITA is leading that change with its Airport Management Solution, AMS, a solution that helps airport professionals improve business results through system integration, real-time operational control, and the agility to respond rapidly to changing scenarios. If you're asking questions like these, SITA's AMS is the answer. How can we reduce passenger congestion? How can we cut delays and lower costs? How can we collect, collate, and share real-time information? How can we make the best use of our fixed and mobile resources and improve the passenger experience? Here's how. Let SITA's AMS help you improve your business results continuously. Airlines and passengers both like aircraft parked as close as possible to the departure lounge. But what impact will making a decision like that have on aircraft parking usage revenue? SITA's AMS can tell you. Let SITA's AMS integrate your systems and help you collaborate with all your stakeholders. By pulling together information from all your landside and airside processes, SITA's AMS lets you make better decisions, bill more accurately for time spent on block, and count the number of passengers as they're processed at each checkpoint. Let SITA's AMS help you take control of real-time operations. With its dashboard screens and sophisticated capabilities, SITA's AMS can anticipate and visualize the domino effect of allocation decisions. What happens when 2 big aircraft have to operate side by side during turnaround, for example? It can identify likely business or operational problems, such as overcrowding in the lounge area, and provide the best possible solutions to avoid disruption. Let SITA's AMS increase your agility. Whether it's bad weather or a spike in passenger numbers, you often need to alter the way your airport runs as conditions change. With preset rules for different operational scenarios, SITA's AMS lets you do just that, instantly. AMS is a great example of what SITA does best when we work together with you, the air transport industry. SITA and the air transport industry, pulling together, achieving together. Find out more today. www.sita.aero/AMS.
Thank you. Thank you. So from this, you have already understood that it is going to impact every stakeholder. Whatever Mr. Prakash said, it is absolutely right. From the departure of a flight, the arrival of a flight, taxiing, everything, including all the external and internal agencies, everybody can come on board and take benefit of this particular system. AOCC is actually the heart and soul of an airport operations. If it functions well, it can handle any type of disruption. When we fly, if there is no problem, we reach on time, we forget the experience. But the time there is some problem, we miss our baggage, or there are severe delays, we remember those journeys. So AOCC is actually going to smoothen your journey in AI airports. The features of this solution is, it is one of the largest implementation in terms of multi-airport solution. CETA has implemented in Egypt, in Mexico airports, but they are not 10 in numbers, they are much lesser. So this was a big challenge. Thanks to our delivery team, thanks to NIT's delivery team, we worked closely and we have achieved the milestone in time. This is our global footprint. So we are present, and AOCC or AMS is such a system that it has to be customized. It is not that you just come and you can install it. Every airport has got their own set of operation procedures, and that has to be reflected and customized, tailored in your system. So that was a big challenge for us, and we are happy that we have been able to achieve that. Just to give you one or two slides on our capability, what we are doing, those of you who don't know CETA, we have got industry leadership, we have got bouquet of services and solutions which impacts a passenger journey, and we are present in more than 200 countries, and we are there in 400 plus airports providing various systems. We are the #1 ICT provider in the airport. We have around 80+% of market share. We have got various recognitions. The recent one is this week when we got IT Leadership Award in 2015. We have been, our effort in Air India's Star Alliance induction was recognized by Ministry and Air India. We have got various technologies which we have got in India. Qt, CAS, BRS, even AMS. The first AMS installation in India was in Mumbai Airport in 2006-07. We have got a baggage reconciliation system in Bangalore. We provide the APIS data for 70 plus airlines coming to India. So in Indian aviation, we have got big stake, and we are working very closely with all our partners. This is the brief customer base in Indian context. We are very strongly positioned in the Indian subcontinent. And any question you have, I am there. Our delivery team is also present here. We will be happy to answer that. Thank you so much.
Good afternoon, everybody. I hope you can hear me. Before I start, can I have the score after 50 overs? Are we chasing 320 plus or under 320? 320 plus. It's still a gettable time. It's still not over. 50 overs not over? Anyway, it's 320 score. Very good. Okay. Just back to subject. I just want to say that the photograph picture you are seeing is the AOCC, inauguration of AOCC at Chennai Airport. AOCC at Chennai went live on the 6th of June, but the official inauguration happened on the 2nd of July. Now, I just want to give a brief. Normally, getting a project to implement at 10 airports is an easy task, but execution is a difficult task. It has been quite a challenge when this contract was awarded to us way back in March 2013 to implement AOCC at 10 airports, starting from Chennai, Kolkata, followed by the rest of the 8 airports. The initial climb was a bit hard because we were involving ourselves with various partners, starting from CETA, and we had several infrastructure partners, NICOM, Dell, etc. So initially, we took some time to launch the Chennai Go Live because of the fact that this being the first concept of multi-airport database in Asia. So we went live in Chennai sometime in June. It has been an uphill task initially. Subsequently, we went live in Calcutta in the month of September 2014. But thereafter, if you see, the journey has been pretty simple. Almost every month, we are now able to churn out one airport. Subsequent to September 2015, we have gone live in additional 7 airports within a span of 7 months. Not even 7 months, 6 months. I'll say 9 months, 6 months. And the last of the airport, which is Pune, we, as rightly mentioned, we expect to go live by the end of this financial year, hopefully. Now, this project was awarded to us initially as a boot model. What I mean is basically a build, own it, operate it, and transfer it under a 7-year contract. So this not only involves implementing a thing at 10 of the airports, but we also have to successfully manage and maintain it for the next 7 years. The airports which have gone live till date I had shown you is Chennai, Kolkata, Ahmedabad, Guwahati, Trivandrum, Trichy, Calicut, and Mangalore. Of course, Jaipur. The last one is Pune, and the biggest problem in this project initially has been, as I rightly said, getting Chennai and then Calcutta. The complication we had was we had to do a DC-DR drill within a span of 15 minutes whenever Chennai goes down, which we managed to do it. And then, as rightly said by CETA, this is an application for this is provided by CETA, which is the AMS, Airport Management System. Airport Management System, using which you are able to have a centralized information of all the operations related data from all the sources, number one. Number two, the 10 airports across India, they are able to share the information across themselves. And third is, before we even got into the launch at Chennai Airport, we had a workshop which covered all the 10 airports from different places to define and standardize a standard business process, and that is the one which got converted into a standard operating procedure across all over by Airport Authority of India. So using which the same thing is completely followed throughout India, not throughout India, all these 10 airports. So what is the achievement which we are having? Number one, I am able to get accurate time related information using various interfaces, AFTN, ATC. I am able to allocate the resource for gates and stands automatically using this system. Now, this is, as I rightly said, application provided by CETA, and CETA has been providing us a 24/7 support, and we have a managed release of this product quarterly or half-yearly, but everything is managed properly through a change control procedure. And CETA support has been happening not only from India, but also from abroad. Now, the biggest challenge in this project was not providing the AOCC at 10 airports, but also I had to manage and maintain it for 7 years. Today, we have close to 200 people working on this project across 10 airports. So we need to manage the entire infrastructure, we need to manage the service desk, we need to do data center operation, and also we need to manage a DC-DR drill on a periodical basis. So today we have got a 24/7 service desk, and we make sure that we adhere to the SLA, and we make sure that we have perfect monitoring of our network devices. And just to let you know, the integration is happening through MQ layer, which is being deployed at every airport. These are our partners. As you can see, EMC, McAfee, Juniper, IBM, Microsoft, Nikon. CETA is not there because anyway we have mentioned a lot about CETA before. AIA business operations. Now if you look at it, basically what we did in this project was we got all the stakeholders to a room right in the beginning and then got them trained on the system. Secondly, as we progressively progressed to different airports, at every airport we conducted a 4-week session of training on a back-to-back basis for all the AIA personnel, who in turn act as the trainers and they will train others in the system. And what has been achieved here is because of their communication, common communication across all airports, they are effectively able to manage today their airport operations. Every airport today is automatically allocating the resources. And the last one is the time information. In Chennai, we have, as I rightly said, the interface to ATC is with the Raytheon, and whereas in Kolkata, we have it with Indra. Another thing which has been achieved in this project, in terms of the support, is that since we are deploying people at various airports, it is imperative that we train those people before I deploy them well in advance. So my staff, normally they join duty well in advance at our Chennai airport or Kolkata airport, which is a nerve center. They get trained and then they are deployed at different airports. So this way it eases our support, and people are also fully geared before they are ready to start the operations at different airports. Now, if you look at this AOCC key achievements, what are the various things which we achieved? Number one is I am able to get today a single view. I have a Gantt chart wherein I can clearly see the resource allocation of various flights, the flight arrivals, the flight departures. I have got a scheduled training program wherein all the trainers can be trained by us, I mean the AI trainers. We have got a reporting tool using which different airports can churn out their own report, but certain reports like OTP, on-time performance, delay informations are standardized across all the Chennai airports. And then we also have basically, as I told you, this we are able to achieve because we established a standard operating procedure SOP right in the beginning of the project. And every airport makes sure that they follow the standard SOP procedure. So the journey has been good so far, and as I rightly said, we are able to churn out one airport per month easily. So scalability is there, and scalability with reduced cost. And I'm sure that going forward, any other new airport which AIA is interested in making it as a part of AOCC, they will be able to do it without a problem. I mean, max 2 to 3 months, we have any new airport can be added into the system. These are all some of the pictures which were taken. I just thought that I'll show you. The first one, you can see the Civil Aviation Minister inaugurating the AOCC at Guwahati. The second one you see is the one in Chennai by Joint Secretary Civil Aviation. And the third one is Kolkata. And I think the leftmost one is, if I'm not mistaken, is Chennai. The rest two, the last one is at Trichy. Some of the pictures. So that's it I want to say. I would like to hand over the mic to Mr. Arvind Mehrotra. Before that, I just want to say that there was a mention about MRO, and I just want to mention that I have got a passion for MRO, and I have implemented the complex MRO solutions at Dubai Emirates before coming over here, and we would like to be a part of the MRO solution going forward.
So before I open the conversation to the floor and you can ask the panel and me questions, I thought it is important why it is a game changer, and I start with my opening remarks. It's no longer about power, and it is no longer about the point. It is about the execution capability, it is about collaboration, and it is about delivering the outcome. So I guess what we have tried to showcase is about the execution capability, about the collaboration of 3 different organizations with 3 different mindsets. and delivering a game changer program, which is one of its kind in the world. And if you look at statistics, which is the outcome, this single AOCC system will is allowing us 3,96,000 flight movements from one single system. It puts us in the Asia Pacific top 5. In terms of passenger volume that we are able to now manage from these 10 airports using this AOCC system is 75 million passengers. It puts us in the top 5 in the world. So if there is a will, there is a way. And yes, we can do it, and we have the ability to lead the industry, not just in India, but globally, to make a game-changing impact. I hope post-lunch, when India take on Australia in the batting, we will go beyond the 6.56 score average per over that we have, because they have demonstrated that they have the game-changing ability. And at this point in time, I'd like to allow you to participate and ask questions if you have any. If there are none, we have 3 minutes to close.
My name is KC Patra. I am GM CNS Planning at Airports Authority of India headquarters, Rajiv Gandhi Bhavan, New Delhi. Actually, since Mr. Gautam Mukherjee from SETA is there, nice lecture from him regarding SETA. But I would like to point out here that we are running into problem in one of the projects that is with SETA is the DCL project, Departure Clearance Link. That was the project was scheduled to be completed nearly 2 years back at 5 airports, metro airports. But unfortunately, lot of issues are pending and the project is not yet closed. So when Mr. Mukherjee goes back, I will request him that he takes that issue, because every day I am getting an email from stations saying that SETA has not completed their portion of the work. So that is my request to Mr. Gautam. Thank you.
Sir, I think I will take it offline because I am not from the ACS business unit, but if you have got concern, I will definitely take it up with my management. Okay. Yes.
Okay. I mean, just clarification I wanted to give. Thank you. Just a clarification I wanted to give. The difference between AMS and ANS, because this term will be frequently used. AMS is Airport Management Solutions. This is just a software tool just to manage the operations at the terminal building for the passenger comfort. ANS is a air navigation service. It's a service, and it is just safety and of life and security of the passengers. So ANS function starts from the time pilot seeks permission to switch on engine, starts rolling, till it lands back and switches off engine. So that is gamut is totally done by Airport Authority of India. And during the course of many systems, SETA and other partners there. So what further Ms. Arvind said, I just want to supplement. Here is an example of Make in India.
Okay.
Thank you.
If there are no questions, we'd like to close on time. Thank you so much.
Thank you so very much, Ms. Mehrotra. And to thank each one of you, may I once again request Rishi to please join us on stage. And as we thank our panelists, I'd like to remind all of you to please fill up the feedback forms that happen to be on your tables. You can either leave them on the tables or you can submit them at the registration desk. A little later, we have some very interesting sessions lined up, case studies on MRO reforms, the Make in India initiative and institutional framework for developing air cargo, along with some very interesting panel discussions as well. So I'm sure all of you are looking forward to that. Thank you so very much, gentlemen.